right, good evening. How's everyone tonight? Terrific. We are so glad you're here. This is a very, very special evening. Do we have some Carlos Nakai fans in the audience? Carlos Nakai. I am told his plane just landed. So the first movement he's not involved in, we're going to take kind of an extra slow tempo with that, and depending on traffic, our fingers are crossed. I have some folks to thank here. Tonight, this concert is part of the Connoisseur series, which is very special. I see many of you have dressed up. Good. Funding for this Connoisseur series is, which includes guest artists R. Carlos Nakai and Christina Martos, is generously provided by the Sam and Ree Bloomfield Foundation and Shoko Kato Sievert. Please join me in thanking them. Wendy Haynes, Associate Dean of the College of Fine Arts, gave me some advice this week. She said, Mark, since this is part of the Connoisseur series, I recommend that you use actual conducting patterns. And I know Wendy's here. Wendy, I tried that during dress rehearsal, and the orchestra immediately sounded better. So just a big thank you to Wendy for that advice. Gary Gackstatter, just a true Renaissance man. There's nothing that this man can't do, and frustratingly, he does everything very well. So it's frustrating to view. Conductor, composer, author, artist, solo musician, all wrapped up in a package. Tried to make me dinner for my wife last week, and she said, well, you know, Gary always does the spare ribs just a little bit better. But anyway, Gary is part of the Shocker family. He earned his Master's of Music degree here. He won the Concerto Aria competition and performed as a solo trombonist with this very WSU symphony. Maybe their parents, maybe a generation ago, but we are so fortunate to call him one of our own. Please welcome Gary Gackstatter.
All right. There's one thing I learned out in the canyon from the indigenous people is that you walk in a state of gratitude. I'm grateful you are all here. I'd like to thank especially people that came in from out of town or out of state. A lot of my friends, colleagues, and family. If you know something embarrassing about me, I wish you would keep it to yourself. Being on this stage again reaffirms a lot. I mean, the indigenous people talk about life being a circle. I think being up here reinforces that idea. Several real quick thank yous. The tech crew with Dave and Emma and Carrie, they've got their hands full tonight, and they've been so kind and gracious to us, so thank you. Up in the light booth, we're going to have animated photography going on throughout this program. It was done by Cindy and Carl Clark, who have been with me doing this since the very beginning. Cindy is way before that because she's 2 years older than me and she's my sister. I didn't want to write a piece that was about Chaco. I wanted to write a piece that was of Chaco. And I knew I needed to have indigenous voices involved. First, R. Carlos Nakai, who has been a part of this project since the very beginning. I have learned more from that man. We'll introduce him in a little bit, as well as our vocalist, Christina Martos, and we'll talk about her in a little bit. The narration I will be reading is written by Deborah Taffa. She could not be here tonight because she wrote a book about her growing up in the Laguna Pueblo. And she's in New York City tonight being nominated for the National Book Award. So she sends her apologies. But I hope this music expresses my profound respect for the indigenous people everywhere, but especially in the Southwest. Dr. Mark Laycock. He seems like such a normal guy when he's not on the podium. But when he's on the podium, every measure is filled with power and passion and musical expression. He gets this piece. And it's been such a pleasure for me to hear it for the first time sitting out there. I've never gotten this pleasure before. And as every conductor knows, every educator knows, the group is only as good as their conductor. And this group is outstanding. Let's have a hand for these students. I'd like to bring out our vocalist, who started with doing this, she's been doing this for 5 or 6 years now, since a little before COVID, I guess, and just has expressed this. I put these little black dots on the paper, and she expresses this beyond belief. Please welcome to the stage Christina Martos. The indigenous Pueblo tribes consider Chaco sacred. They consider all that was built there sacred and still alive and full of spirits. The spirits are everywhere out there. They are watching. They are listening. They are questioning. What does it mean to be a human being? Why are we here on this earth? 1,000 years ago, these ancients came to Chaco Canyon to build something lasting and beautiful. May we gather here tonight in that spirit. Symphony Chaco, a journey of the spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme honor to introduce our soloist tonight, R. Carlos Nakai. In the beginning, there was water. This is how the world began. There was no land, no sky, no shoreline, no lapping edge, no place where opposing forms might clash or meet. There was no sun or moon, no rain, no dry breeze, no reflected clouds, and with nothing to mirror the water, the fourth world was invisible. Then out of the waters arose a mist to form our limitless sky, and deep in the belly of the water, Masa, the caretaker, became. He pondered the mist, he pondered the sky, and he had his first idea. He thought to emerge on the heels of the mist, and from the watery world he rose up out of the bubbles and loam like a giant towering tree of ash. Masa sliced through the water to stand. Each of his steps crashed like charcoal thunder. Then he beckoned us through the Sipapu, calling us forth with music. He instructed us to watch the sun, the moon, and the stars, and to follow the beams of light in all four sacred directions. O sacred center from which the light proceeds, sun watchers run in lines as straight as beams over rocks, mountains, and walls never veering. To the east, Fajada Butte, where the ancients carved a spiral petroglyph to mark the solstice and equinox with daggers of light, to mark the moon's shadow during each phase of its 18.6-year lunar cycle. It's the only solar lunar calendar on Earth left by the ancients as an example of a society in spiritual balance. Chaco's sacred space as prophecy, the guiding force, the key that reminds us the Earth's faith and our own are forever entwined and dancing.
Rhythm of the sky within me. Rhythm of the sky within me. Within me.
Chaco Canyon means cloudless skies and a brutal sun. The absence of moisture and shade in this unforgiving terrain. A rock formation can look 5 miles away when it's actually 30. Temperatures rise to over 100 degrees in the summer, yet can drop so low at night that one can easily freeze. To grow up in this land means to have one's body shaped by the physical demands of heat and cold, one's vision trained for a long and distant view. This canyon was chosen by the ancient ones, for the prophecy said they would find the center of their world near a wall that could have a conversation with. And it's because of this omen that our tribal heritage stretches back over 1,000 years in the cacti, sage, and sandstone lands, in the desert canyons, adobe walls, and turquoise stone southwest. Sand arroyos run like a river through our veins. Orion's belt sparkles in our eyes. Over 1,000 years ago, the migrations began. 12 generations of people building over a dozen great houses in this 10-mile-long canyon, rising from the canyon floor, bringing us closer to the skies and the stars that guide. The canyon itself, an observatory. There are no accidents or coincidences here in Chaco. The canyon walls are all where they are meant to be. As above, so below, this music in accordance with the stars. The great kiva. Kivas represent the world below, a place of ritual, another word for rhythm. Rhythm, a way to sing the migration, hearts keeping in time with the seasons, death, birth, darkness, light, the hidden place, the safe place, refuge from chaos, the private meeting ground where the spiritual and practical merge, a special opening into the reality of the Mother Earth. using their hands, using only what they found in nature. The ancient ones planted and built. The ancient ones sang and made art. Prayers lifted to the heavens by doing, in a deeply felt need to create. There is a Hopi saying, a single finger cannot lift a pebble. We need each other for this sacred work of art called life. Thousands came to Chaco for the equinox and solstice. Imagine the celebration, a canyon filled with music, dancers swirling in festive clothing, drums bouncing off the canyon walls. This is how the ancient ones celebrated beneath the sky so carefully observed. We sing, we dance, and we make music because our lives depend on it.
Rhythm of the sky within me, watching, waiting,
Kokopelli, the humpback deity of fertility, the bringer of rain and seeds, the maker of offspring for the people. His legendary reputation varying from a humorous trickster to a dirty old man, from the spirit of music to the manipulator of weather. His music drives away the winter, his music bringing longer days. We each have our own clan, we each have our own role, we are everyone related. Mesa Verde, Acoma, Bandolier, Hovenweep, Taos, Yellow Jacket, the Pueblo villages, and hundreds without names. Destinations after leaving Chaco, the pottery broken and scattered throughout the Southwest. The only constant in life is change, migrating, moving on. It is time for our tribe to move on. Grateful that we have shared this evening together. Making music with you, the audience, makes you part of our tribe. Our paths will cross again. We are one tribe. We're at home on this planet when we feel the sacred places rising up through our feet, when we embrace the mountains, the plains, and the deserts as holy. The ancients walk beside us, Our fingers are on the pulse of music rising up from the planet, at one with the spirit that was, is, and will always be.
try.